going on, wrestling fans? Your host Gina J once again here with you tonight. We have 10 NXT TakeOver War Games going on tonight. And prior to War Games starting, I wanted to come on and give my predictions on who we're going to see in the audience tonight. I know if you guys follow me on Twitter, you have seen my prediction already, but I think that we are going to see Punishment Martinez possibly in the audience today, as well as Trevor Lee. News broke yesterday that Trevor Lee, former Impact Wrestling star, has parted ways with Impact Wrestling. His last match for the company was actually at the Las Vegas tapings, which are already, like I said, done and over with. WWE has reportedly shown interest in him, so I could possibly see him being in the audience tonight. This is bad news for Impact Wrestling because as a lot of you Impact Wrestling fans know already, the audience has dropped off. Trevor Lee was quite a popular wrestler over on Impact. Hopefully they'll be able to get somebody in there to replace him, but I'm not liking the direction that Impact is taking with that audience falling off. They need to do something that's going to bring it back up. Other news that we have within the past few days here, WWE announced yesterday that they are going to have a 1-hour Starrcade special that is going to air on the WWE Network next weekend sometime. Also, Joey Ryan tweeted out that he is officially heading to surgery after suffering a pectoral tear. Yesterday, also news broke over allegations of sexual relations with a minor with none other than James Ellsworth, of all people. I'm not really too sure exactly how I feel about this one yet. I'm kind of sitting back waiting for more details to come out. I know that there's been pictures that have been published. However, as we all know, in today's age, it's really easy to get pictures from anywhere. And most of the pictures that I have seen have come from Snapchat. Anybody that uses Snapchat knows that you're only allowed to view snaps twice, I believe it's within like a half an hour or 15 minutes, maybe even less than that, before they disappear, unless you download them or you screenshot them from another device. So my question here is, if he was in fact sending these pictures to her, was she setting him up because she already had the download or the screenshot ready to be taken? The whole thing seems kind of fishy to me. I'm not saying by any means that he is innocent. If he is guilty, I hope that they put him in jail and throw away the key. However, I'm sitting back and I'm kind of waiting for this one to unfold. I don't want to throw any judgment out after the whole Enzo case. Everybody was so hard on Enzo Amore right at the beginning, and he turned out to be innocent. So I'm just kind of riding the line on this one. Also yesterday, Chris Jericho spoke out on his podcast about the controversy with Nia Jax and Becky Lynch. His direct quote, let me just pull up my Twitter here because I don't have it written down right in front of me, but I have put it on Twitter. By the way, if you're not following me on Twitter, please follow me at Gina Daily02 over on Twitter. That is where I do most of my posting. I'm constantly posting about wrestling over there. So we've got the Chris Jericho opinion on Nia Jax. He said, and I quote, "If you see the punch she took, oh my gosh, it didn't look like a potato. It looked like a legitimate, deliberate punch to the face. But whatever, we'll hold off judgment on that." So it seems to me like Chris Jericho has already made his decision, or his judgment, I should say, on the situation. I tend to agree with him. We'll see how that pans out coming up in the next future, with Nia Jax and Becky Lynch. We'll see how that unfolds. Lastly, I kind of want to talk, well, not lastly, it's the second to lastly. Let's cover today. Jim Ross had a pretty bad, nasty fall, which apparently occurred at his home. He suffered a pretty bad bruised face, but he seems to be doing pretty well throughout that. There was a little controversy on Twitter. Sabu tweeted some really nasty things to JR, which I've not too much of a fan of, but to each their own. Also, news with JR, he has announced yesterday that he is officially done announcing for the New Japan Pro Wrestling on Axis. At the end of the year, he will be officially done. It is just simply his contract ended, and he was not. They were not able to reach an agreement on a new contract, so he will be officially done with New Japan come the new year. More information in New Japan that broke out this week. We have more matches have been added to Wrestle Kingdom 13. This is going to be, Wrestle Kingdom's always good, but this is going to be a really good pay-per-view for anybody out there who's looking to get into New Japan, or even you old New Japan fans. It's going to be great. We have the IWGP Junior Tag Team Championship match. Kanemaru and El Desperado versus Sho and Yo. Sho and Yo, their matches are always good. So that's going to be a hard-hitting, high-action match. We also have the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship match between Kushida and Taiji Ishiman. Like, forgive me with these names. Like, I know their faces, their names. I'm still trying to get down. More that were announced. We have a special single tags match between Kazuchika Okada. God, he's one of my favorite wrestlers, but I can never say his first name. But it's Okada versus Jay White. And this match is going to be great. Anybody that has not seen Switchblade Jay White wrestle, you don't have any idea what you're missing out on, especially going up against Okada. Anybody that watches New Japan knows that just a short while ago, Jay White turned on Chaos and joined the Bullet Club. So there's a lot of friction, a lot of personal friction between Okada and Jay White that is going to come out in this match, and it's going to be one that you do not want to miss. We also have the IWGP Intercontinental Championship match, which also has quite a bit of controversy surrounding it. Naito had actually challenged Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho denied his challenge. However, the match was established that it was going to take place at Wrestle Kingdom. So we will see what unfolds with that, as Chris Jericho didn't want the match, but they made it anyway. You know Chris Jericho's character, especially his character over on New Japan. It's going to be an interesting match. Lastly, we have the Heavyweight Championship match between Kenny Omega and Tanahashi. This one, Tanahashi's great. Now, of course, Tanahashi, he's a little bit of a older wrestler. He's more of the legend, so to speak, that is in the locker room. Kenny Omega's, not new, but he's younger, so Kenny Omega's kind of in his prime. Tanahashi is kind of, I don't want to say over his prime, because he is still great in the ring. He is the ace. However, I don't know how this match is going to work. Tanahashi, he can still go, but he can't go as fast as he used to be able to. And Kenny Omega, I believe, is going to have to tone it down a notch. Then again, this is New Japan Pro Wrestling. They come out and they hit hard. They throw everything into the match, so it's going to be good regardless. But that is what I have for you today with news and rumors. Again, as I said at the beginning of the podcast, make sure that you watch NXT TakeOver War Games tonight. And I do believe that we may very well see Punishment Martinez and Trevor Lee in the audience in attendance. We will see if I am correct with that prediction or not. Until later, I will talk to you guys over on Twitter. Remember to follow me, Gina Daly, DALY02 on Twitter, and we will talk War Games, Survivor Series, everything that is coming up in this next weekend. All right, guys, I'm winded. NXT TakeOver's on currently. It's going to take a little while for this to upload, so whenever you get it, you get it. Love ya. Bye.